Hi, welcome to India's monsoon weather. It's quite dark and beautiful outside, cloudy, rainy, just feels blessed, absolutely blessed. I'm going to read a poem from The Journey of a Truth Seeker, just happens to be, but it's in the end part of the book. It's called Written, Directed, and Produced by. That's the title. Go make movies, said the mountains, its wand of peace upon me. 1 score later I ponder why in illusory world it wished me. Ah yes, I'll make a difference through this art, had said my heart as I dove into the script of a passionate, ignorant heart. But now I see your movie's release, the genre you so please. A movie within a movie within a movie. It's all a play, you see. We're all mere characters, unaware we are more, until we end this sleep. We're all mere characters, unaware that our soul is the one thing we get to keep. Makes sense. Our soul is the one thing we get to keep. Our soul is the one thing we truly are, even as we are in the physical body. So I'd like to just touch on the I am aspect of us. There is a poem in this about I am, which I'd read in the podcast. What that poem basically expresses is a life on this planet Earth as I am, what it feels like. What is I am, one could say, is consciousness, awareness, the amness of this I in its absoluteness without the conditioning of society's programming, which, if it's successful, causes distortions. So the I am, the soul, the aspect of the soul, the consciousness that I am, is something that in my lifetime, it's always been there. It's always been something I sensed without having the words necessarily to describe it, which I acquired much later in my journey. The I am, the consciousness, the awareness, this is vocabulary that came later, but the knowing of it, the connection of something beyond world ideas was always there. And so to go into this nothingness, to be the nothingness, the no-thingness of I am, which is in all of us, is the peace that passeth all understanding. So when I was actively in the field of acting, and I say was only because I haven't been currently very active in it for a number of reasons to do with the script of my life, as per the universe's planning. I never said no. I never left anything. I did say no to the things I didn't want to do, of course, but I didn't say no to a profession as known as acting. So I don't believe in the past or the future. I just am, right? So then it can be anything. The role can be anything that comes along that the universe has scripted into my life. And that is true for all of us, actually. So even when I was more active, less aware, but more active, I never found myself comfortable saying I'm an actress. This is the truth. For that matter, any profession. I never found myself comfortable saying I am an actress. I found myself saying I'm an astronaut oftentimes just because it was the least expected thing to come out in film industry circles, but I found it the most, if I had to put a world profession to me, astronaut came somehow out of my mouth. Not that I was pretending to be somebody who got into gear and went in a rocket or, out there into space. I wasn't trying to give that impression. It just was something that the essence of which made sense later, was the being in the realms of oneness, the space, the universe. It makes sense that somehow the word astronaut resonated. Let's sit together. Can call it a meditation, call it just being, call it being I am, consciousness. You are the space in which all things occur. Those things that occur could be events, emotions, thoughts. You are the space in which all of this occurs, passes through. You are energy of love, energy of light, energy, being. When we empty ourselves of all thoughts, when we are simply here, emptiness, that makes us available here and now to all that is. It makes us available for healing, energy, for connecting to the I am of us, which is everything and nothing. And this is a truth not meant to be experienced only when we sit or lie down to make that kind of time to connect. However, when we do, we are empowered, we are more grounded, we are deeper in our true self. And then as we walk into the world, not allowing distractions to pull us away from this connect, this truth, this amness, it allows for us to be elevated into vibrations of higher frequency, even as we live through the day, practicing awareness of being, even as we do speak. And if we forget awareness while we do and speak, we can always suddenly come into our awareness at any point, at any second, and be and observe and do as we be. All of these awareness practices, you can call them meditations, you can call them awareness practice, whether it be emptiness, silence, whether it be the breath, whether it be a thing we are focusing on as we do, whether it is light or a candle flame, whether it is a sound or a chant and the space between the words in a chant or a prayer, whether it is a note, hu, ah, om, hey, when we are with it, in it, immersed, we are alive, truly alive, as the being. This is how we elevate. There are other ways also, being with nature, perhaps we can continue sitting with each other even as I stop the video, since I wanted to keep the video short, but I'll be sitting right here in this space of emptiness, and you can focus on nothingness, the blankness behind your closed eyelids. You can focus on the breath. You can focus on the silence that carries sounds that enter it and leave it, but the silence is always there. You can focus on the space of the third eye. Or you can even focus on a point of light, source